You can also listen to us on SoundCloud at soundcloud.com/theclockcleaners.
Hello and welcome to the Clock Cleaners podcast. I'm Matt.
And I'm Keith.
And today we'll be doing predictions for the pay-per-view Backlash.
Yes, the SmackDown pay-per-view Backlash. So, I don't know what to think of this pay-per-view. It seems like there's a lot of matches that are going to be good and a lot of matches that are just kind of thrown together.
There's going to be 2 good matches.
Maybe 3.
One okay match, or one pretty good match. One squash match. One match. And one confusing match.
Okay. So should we get started with the pre-show match that was apparently announced, I guess, on Twitter or something like that?
Sounds about right.
So we're going to get the Perfect 10 Ty Dillinger versus Aiden English for the 3rd time.
The artist Aiden English.
Yes, there you go.
Well, that's what he was referred to in
Yeah,
NXT.
So I'm guessing we're going to get some singing from Aiden English.
Yeah.
Ty's going to come
He'll
out.
probably come out before Ty does, so to assume.
Yeah, no, it only makes sense for that to happen.
So who do you pick to win this match?
I believe I'm going to pick Mr. Dillinger.
Oh.
Yes.
Such a surprise.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm picking Ty too.
Yeah, that's not really a shocker.
Oh, and before we get too far into this,
Yes.
we're going to do the same stipulation as last time.
Oh, yeah. Even though they're broken up.
Yeah, it's a shame. Maybe, well, you can figure out something else too.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure there's plenty of really crappy shirts.
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah.
we'll find something like when they do with their sales. It's
Yeah.
like buy one, get one for $1.
Right.
This
and
way
we'll
we
just-
can get a couple
yeah,
of crappy shirts.
That's true. Can always use T-shirts.
It's true. But we're going to wear Golden Truth shirts for whoever loses.
Yep. This is going to be a tough one because I don't know how much we're going to vary on this.
We differed by one thing the last time.
Yes.
I'm going to, because I'm not particularly convinced on anything, to be perfectly honest.
Fair enough.
So I have no problem changing mine for the sake of.
Just, yeah. I got you.
So, because they're.
Just being different.
Yeah, I could just, because I got no problem saying, like, well, I kind of think this way, but I can absolutely see the other way without really any, like, hesitation.
Yeah.
So,
Fair enough.
We're going to move on to the main card now. Baron Corbin versus Sami Zayn. I actually have a pretty good feeling that this will, in fact, open the show.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Well, because none of the other matches are appropriate for opening the show.
The only other match I see maybe is the tag match.
I guess, but I don't know. Anyway, Baron Corbin's been super hot lately.
Yeah.
Like, he hasn't been winning all of his matches.
No, he's been losing
but
a lot
he's been
on.
so dominant
Yeah.
in terms of just physicality.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have Sami Zayn, who's the professional loser.
It's true. It is his gimmick.
So, and Sami Zayn obviously doesn't need to win. He always looks good.
With Sammy, they can just build him up right away
Mhm.
because he's got the underdog thing, so he's always got that working for him.
So they have
yeah.
no problem throwing him in a pay-per-view feud
Right.
where he just wins out of nowhere.
Yeah, well, it was like when he beat Owens,
Mhm.
and he really hasn't. He's not gonna be hurt by taking the pin, but I think that's just gonna elevate Corbin even more.
Exactly. Corbin needs this a lot more than Sami
It's
Zayn
true.
does, which is funny because they both came up around the same time.
Yeah,
So it's not even like Sami Zayn's a seasoned veteran in terms of.
no, but a former NXT champion,
Yeah.
and Corbin was kind of not rushed, but he
was
didn't-
rushed.
Yeah,
He really didn't do a whole lot in NXT.
yeah, he had probably almost a year in NXT.
Yeah, but he didn't show much.
No, but they were building him up because he had a lot of squash matches. That's what he
it's
did
true.
in NXT.
So, and he's been taking on big opponents. He's wrestled AJ multiple times.
Mhm.
He's
Orton
multiple times.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Corbin.
yeah, same here. Don't worry. Later on, I have no problem changing it. And if I have to later, I'll change it again. But I really do think that Corbin's going to
Corbin's. I would agree with that. Up next, we have the women's 6-person tag match.
Yeah, this one's weird. It's Becky Lynch, Charlotte, Naomi against the Welcoming Committee,
Yeah.
which is Tamina, Natalia, and Carmella.
Yeah.
Like, why is this happening?
Because there's going to be a heel turn. And that's the only reason why.
Because beyond that...
Which that'll make a secondary storyline for whoever's facing Naomi for the title.
Although, during the contract signing...
When Charlotte said that
she was coming for the title.
Right.
So, that means her intention is to face Naomi regardless of what happens. So, it's kind of hard to think that it's going to be her.
I guess.
From that standpoint, because her intentions moving forward are going to be the same regardless.
Right. Well, then I guess maybe it would be what they had teased.
With Becky?
Becky, yeah.
It's possible.
Because Naomi turning heel doesn't make any sense.
No.
I mean, her glow gimmick doesn't work for a heel.
It's true. So basically what it comes down to is that you kind of just think that the welcoming committee is going to win because someone on the face team turns on them.
Right, but the welcoming committee has won the last 3 weeks in a row.
Which makes it hard to believe.
Yeah.
So there's a very good chance that they could drag this on.
So I'm going to bring my prediction.
Sure.
And say that the faces are going to win.
Okay.
And that a turn's going to happen after the match. The turn doesn't need to be a stipulation. I'm just saying that I think they're going to win, and I think something will happen
so you're saying
after
that
the match.
That the faces are going to win.
Yeah. I'll go with that.
Well, that's good, because I'm going to say that what I said, with the welcoming committee winning because of a heel turn.
There we go.
So
that's definitely a possibility.
B, C, N.
Yes.
It's close to team
PCB, right? Yeah.
It was
It
Paige,
turned out to
Becky,
be like a drug or something like that, or
no,
something.
it was like a porn site.
Oh, that's what it was. Yes, you're right.
So,
the
knowledge.
Yes.
Anyway.
And surprisingly, it wasn't intentional.
Well,
who knows?
By them?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably was.
Stupid bastards.
Yeah.
HLA.
Hot lesbian action.
That would not fly today.
No.
Not at all.
Nope. No.
You would have all types of groups against them, which different era.
It's true.
That's it.
And the funny thing is, it was only like
14
years ago.
Yeah, it was probably early 2000s.
Yeah. So anyway,
it was when Bischoff came back.
Oh yeah, it was Bischoff's thing with Stephanie. That's the funny part.
Vince never had any problems putting his family in any type of situations. Now.
Oh yeah, my wife is in a coma and I'm cheating on her.
Oh shit.
Exactly. Yeah. Anyway,
as long as it's not necrophilia.
It's true. That's Triple H's thing.
It's true.
Moving on. We have the Usos against the Fashion Police for the
SmackDown
Tag Team titles.
I really want to say Breezango, but at the same time, I feel like they're gonna drag this out more. But I really want Breezango to win.
Okay.
So I'm gonna let you make your decision.
Oh, okay. I'm going to pick the Fashion Police.
All right.
Because I think that this is going to be the only title that changes hands tonight. Or tomorrow night. Or, no.
3 nights?
Sunday night. Whenever it is.
I'm
going with the Fashion Police.
Yeah. Now, the only thing is, we have no idea when the New Day is coming back, right?
No.
So this is going to put us in a tough spot because we only get enough time for one tag team segment. And I feel like the New Day is going to primarily get that spot.
No, I promise
you. Think they'll make that a special segment?
I promise you that if they're not in the title picture, there will be 2 tag team segments every single Tuesday night.
Fair enough.
So they're not going to be outshone by another tag team.
Yeah.
And I don't think what would be smart is that they don't put them in the title picture at first.
Right.
And have them feud with singles competitors.
That's true. They could do that.
They did it with Titus.
Yeah.
It wasn't great, but it was something.
Yeah, that's true.
And they have have them feud with Baron Corbin.
I guess.
Because he's grumpy and stuff like that, and they're all power positivity.
I guess that's not a bad idea. That would be good.
And you have 3 possible opponents for him every week.
Yeah, it's true.
So I think that would be the smart thing to do.
Yeah.
So I think that the New Day, for me, has nothing to do with the choice. I think that they're going to have one title change, and it's going to be this one. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I want to see the Fashion Police win, so I'm going to go with them too.
So you're also going with the Fashion Police.
Yeah.
The only problem I have with them is that they don't have real finishers. Or
Yeah.
they do, and they're not recognizable. But the Usos are the same way. What the hell
true.
do they do?
Super kicks.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Yeah.
anyway, speaking of super kicks, the next match, Shinsuke Nakamura versus Dolph Ziggler. And this is Shinsuke's official main roster debut.
Televised debut.
Yeah, I was going to say, despite the fact that him and Dolph have been putting on dark matches every week since he came up.
Yeah, something like that. So this is probably going to be
This is going to be one of the two good matches on this card.
And, well, the next match we have listed anyway.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of a no-brainer here.
Yeah. Well, the way that they've been booking it, obviously
yeah.
Shinsuke's going to win.
Yes.
Just because...
You don't have somebody lose their debut match either.
Well, sometimes you do, depending on what's going on.
Not someone like Shinsuke.
Not like him, yes. But this feud doesn't warrant Dolph victory in any way, shape, or form.
No.
Because it's very black and white, in where if Dolph wins, he's got nothing more to prove.
Yeah.
And if he loses, he's wrong. So why would he want to? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He has nothing to gain from continuing the feud.
My thought after this is you put Ziggler and Dillinger in a feud.
That's perfectly fine. Because
he's the only heel that really would work with him and not push him,
too
off
far
the
up.
card.
Well, I was gonna say technically, if you put him with Corbin, that would push him up.
Yeah, they've already.
I'm not suggesting
Dillinger. You mean?
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm not suggesting
I think it's
that
too soon.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna mean. Because I think that Ziggler is the right choice because it's a mid card feud that doesn't necessarily have any repercussions.
And Dolph doesn't need to do anything.
Yeah,
he's there pretty much to build talent up, and that's what he should be doing.
Exactly, because he's that good.
He is good in the ring. Mm-hmm. It's just his promos that he's been given.
I don't think that's his fault.
No. The writing is for him. Yeah,
that and just the situation.
Yeah,
because I think if you tasked anybody with building up one match without any real altercation in the course of a month, everyone would fail.
Yeah,
I don't think it's possible for them to, because
I think the Miz would have done the best.
Yes, but at the same time, it's a really tall order.
Oh, absolutely.
Because you're literally trying to do something with nothing.
Yeah.
Because there's no conflict, there's no swerves of any kind. Because literally, it's the Dolph trying to get one up on Shinsuke.
Yeah, no, I gotcha.
So it's like watching, the Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote.
Yeah,
it's kind of like in the same.
No, I
vein.
gotcha. Yeah,
so
that's fine.
But
it's
pretty obvious who's gonna win that.
That's true.
Up next, we have, like you said, the other good match. Or
yeah.
The probably going to be the best match.
I would agree with
probably
that.
the two best workers in the company right now. AJ Styles and Kevin Owens for the U.S. title. I kind of already teased my my pick before.
Yeah, I know.
I think that Owens is going to win. I don't think that Owens is going to win clean. I think he's going to cheat in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
Probably using the belt. While the referee isn't paying attention.
Right.
And then hitting a pop-up powerbomb on the outside, rolling him in, and then getting a pin. That seems like the most logical way of them going about it. Because they obviously aren't going to make AJ look too bad.
No.
So.
Yeah. It all depends on what they have next lined up for them. And it's just...
This feud I can see going forward.
Yeah. I'll be different. I'll pick AJ.
Picking AJ.
Yeah, why not?
Well, at the same time,
there's always a chance.
Yeah, I was gonna say the way that they had been booking AJ is you can't really see him not having a title though.
Right.
So it seems fair for them to give him this, even if it's a lower card title. So I can see why anyone would think that he would win.
Yeah,
because you kind of just have to think that he will.
Right, and I think. If AJ wins the title, I think Owens may be Shinsuke's next opponent.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's
Yeah.
a pretty
Yeah.
good guess.
And then Corbin slides into the U.S. title picture.
Yeah, that would make sense. And AJ has put on good matches with Corbin, like we said.
Yeah.
So,
And I don't mind watching that. It's not like one of those matches where you see and you're just like, oh, again.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because with SmackDown, the storytelling might be a little blah, but the quality of the workers is good.
Yeah.
So I think once they get the storyline sorted out and they
Right.
make more sense,
Well, yeah.
as strange as that may seem
Well,
for
yeah,
wrestling.
the shakeup really hurt them in their stories.
Yeah, because everything kind of got dissipated, whereas Raw, they literally got a story with Dean and The Miz.
Right.
And Roman and Braun were already feuding.
And then they brought Bray over.
Yeah. Seth and
Joe.
Joe were already feuding. And like you said, Bray came over
Yeah.
and Finn just came back.
Right.
So he
that was
didn't
an
have a
automatic
feud.
Yeah. And then you can throw, like they've been doing, it's been a feud within another feud.
And they also threw Alexa Bliss into the into the title picture.
Yeah.
Whereas Charlotte, they did the same thing, but they have a very convoluted storyline going on where they're having her turn face and potentially having her turn heel.
Who knows?
Neither of which
It's a
were
weird
prompted
situation.
by anything.
Yeah.
So who knows what they're actually planning on doing? But like I said, hopefully after this, we'll get some refreshes and the stories will be a little less convoluted.
Yeah, definitely.
So up next, we have a match that was announced on Talking Smack after.
Yes, Eric Rowan came on and was weird as hell.
Yeah, it was pretty good actually
Yeah.
because he played the crazy person well.
And they really haven't explored too much into Eric Rowan. He's
Yeah,
been injured a lot.
Yeah, this is the first time he's really spoken, I think. I'm sure he said things before, but I don't think they've ever showcased him like that.
No.
But on Talking Smack, he came out and he had like a bag or a sack of masks, and he was like freaking out Renee Young and stuff like that. It was actually pretty good.
Yeah, it was a decent segment, absolutely. Especially for someone that, like you said, we haven't
really
seen much of now.
Not much exposure. And he demanded a match with Luke Harper.
Yeah,
Lucas Harper, which I thought was kind of
Well,
funny.
they were talking about the whole Wyatt family storyline and how Luke left the family.
He abandoned the family.
Rowan's been abandoned a lot in his lifetime, so he kind of wants to get retribution.
Yeah. So while it's not like the most exciting story, it's a story that makes sense.
Right.
It's probably one of the few.
Yeah, but I mean, I wonder what percentage of the viewers actually watch Talking Smack.
Certainly not many watch it live.
No.
I would assume.
But Luke Harper is already a name that seems to be getting a lot of crowd reaction.
I don't think anyone cares that this match is, or no one's going to be upset about this match happening.
Exactly. That's what I mean. They'll be happy that Luke's going to be there because it's another person to cheer for.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, what is your pick for this match?
Luke Harper.
You're picking Luke Harper?
I am.
Lucas. Got it. This one, what'd I do?
Oh. I don't know. I'm not controlling the computer. You are.
Yeah, it's true. Anyway, I'm going to have to side with you on this one because, like, this one's a little rough.
Yeah.
Because they made Rowan look pretty good on Talking Smack.
Yeah,
like
he got the victory last week, which is a little strange, but like if they had him lose last week and then him want the match, it would have made a little more sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
like I said, I'm going to go with Luke just based off of the fact that it just makes more sense.
Yeah.
That might just be biased. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like Luke. I really think they have something there. They think they just don't know exactly what to do with it.
When Randy Orton joined the Wyatt family,
yeah,
that was the worst thing that could have happened for Luke Harper.
Yeah,
because that dragged him right back into the Wyatt family.
Yeah,
had they not decided to do that,
and just had Bray and Luke end up feuding,
or just completely separating the two of them, that would have been fine. Yeah. Because when it was clear that the family thing didn't help anyone except for Bray, and even then it wasn't really helping. It's, what are you doing with this guy that's clearly very talented?
Right, yeah. So, he was definitely getting held down.
Yeah, he's not it's a good example of like a a third wheel
Mm-hmm.
or a second or like a just like a background person who's clearly not as good, who benefited being with like a stronger person.
Yeah.
Because like the Shield is
Mhm.
not a good example of that,
No.
obviously. Whereas there was 3 people without because I guess technically Roman was the leader,
Yeah.
and the other 2 were had just as much potential.
Right. And then Seth made the biggest impact.
Yeah.
And then
So.
Dean just was kind of Dean. And
Yeah,
he was
well,
able to keep afloat. By
I was
going to
say Dean's super over though.
Yeah. Oh,
So,
yeah. No, I'm not.
in
taking
terms
that
of
away from
wrestling
him, but-
ability, he's not as good as the other 2.
Yeah.
And not that Roman's a great wrestler, but Roman can put on good matches. So can Dean.
I don't know. It's a weird situation. It's kind of hard to compare it to other
Yeah.
things.
But I was just trying to come up with like examples where the leader was the dominant one,
Right.
and the other 2 were kind of like
Just yeah.
because I'm sure there's been plenty of times where that happened.
Oh, it's been a while since we've had.
There's not a whole lot
Stables.
of stables.
Yeah. But anyway,
Yeah.
so
That's silly to get wrapped up in.
moving to the main event of Randy Orton versus Jinder Mahal.
Randy Orton headlines too many pay-per-views.
Well, for being, 37 and being a
Boring.
14, 15-year veteran, something like
Boring.
that. Yeah, it's the same. I have the same complaints about him that I have about Roman Reigns. I just feel like you get the same thing every time. Not that it's bad, but it's just the same thing over and over again.
It gets a little tedious.
Monotonous.
Yeah. So.
But I feel like I don't know. I don't think they're gonna put the title on Jinder.
They can't. We were talking.
Certainly they could.
Well,
but
they could, but it doesn't make a whole lot of sense because who are you gonna have him feud with? AJ.
yeah, that's about it.
So, because I don't think a Shinsuke Jinder feud would work
Mm-hmm.
because I don't think Jinder could keep up with Shinsuke, and there's so many more things you
Yeah.
can do.
Unless if Owens drops the title, they elevate him to a feud with Orton.
Yeah, but that's not Jinder.
No, I know. I'm just trying to think of what Randy's going to do after this as well.
It doesn't matter what Randy does
No.
though, because Randy could do anything and it will work.
Yeah, that's
Because
true.
the fans are still behind him.
Yeah.
So if he does retain,
Mm-hmm.
it is literally you can put Baron with him.
Yeah.
You can
Yeah,
put
no, Jinder, it's a tough one.
yeah. So
Because he's at that position where he's kind of fighting over his head.
yeah.
But yeah, I
So
just don't know.
I feel like Randy's going to retain his title, and I also think that the feud will end here
Yeah, no, I don't see this going
because
anywhere near.
we were talking about this before, where it seems as if Jinder's literally throwing everything he has at Randy. So even with him and the help of the Bollywood boys, if that can't do it, then he doesn't stand a chance.
Right. That's the end of it.
So I'm going to go with Orton.
Yes, me too.
I think that Orton's reign as WWE champion has kind of been a little too long.
Yeah, when did you win the belt?
At WrestleMania.
Mania?
But it's only been
2 months.
2 months.
Yeah, but it's felt a lot longer.
Yeah, that and the fact that
There hasn't been any interesting storylines.
Yeah,
that Bray Wyatt thing killed everything.
yeah, they can't do anything good with him. So, or they haven't been doing anything good with him.
Yeah.
The potential is really not great. So, like, I'd like there to be a new champion. I just don't see them doing it.
No.
Not with Jinder because he's not been tested.
Right.
Because how are you going to... well, it's kind of funny because I was going to say, how are you going to have someone's first title in the company be
The world
title? But that's literally what happened to Bray. Because his first singles
That's
title
true.
was his
Yes.
win at the Elimination Chamber for the WWE title.
That's true. It's
So.
only singles title.
But
Hey, we'll see.
it's true. Anything could happen.
Yep. So,
And we'll find out. And this time, our choices are actually quite different.
yeah, I think we
Well-
got three matches, right?
1, 2... No, it's only 2.
3. Right?
Right.
Oh, yeah, 2. You're right.
Yeah, that's weird. I thought it was more than that.
Yeah.
Not that it matters.
Oh, so we could tie.
It's true, we could. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, it is what it is.
It's true.
So,
But yeah, if you like what you saw here, please like, share, and subscribe.
And catch us next week for our Backlash review video.
Yeah.
We'll see you then.
Bye.
Bye.